Hello, everyone! Today, let's learn new words together through this vocabulary list. First, let's have ancestors. It is a noun which means people from whom one is descendant, typically more remote than grandparents. Example sentence. She traced her ancestors back to the 18th century. Angers. It is a noun which means a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. Example sentence. His anger was evident when he slammed the door. Anticipation. A noun which means the act of looking forward to something with excitement or expectation. Example sentence. A great deal of anticipation surrounds the event. Appreciate. A verb which means to recognize the value, quality, or significance of something, to be grateful for something. Example sentence. I appreciate all of the hard work you put into this project. Appreciative. An adjective which means feeling or showing gratitude or recognition for something. Example sentence. The audience was very appreciative of the musician's outstanding performance. Archaeological artifacts. It is a noun which means objects made by humans, typically of cultural or historical interest, discovered through archaeology. Example sentence. The team uncovered ancient archaeological artifacts during the excavation. Arrogance. It is a noun which means an attitude of superiority and overconfidence, a lack of humility. Example sentence. His arrogance made it difficult for others to work with him. Assert. It is a verb which means to state or declare something confidently and forcefully. Example sentence. He asserted his right to speak during the meeting. Authentic. It is an adjective, genuine, real, or true, not false or copy. Example sentence. The museum displayed an authentic artifact from the Ming Dynasty. Awful. It is an adjective which means very bad, unpleasant, or dreadful. Example sentence. The weather was so awful that we had to cancel the picnic. Beating. A noun which means the act of striking someone or something repeatedly. It is also a verb which means moving rhythmically or repeatedly, such as a heart. Example sentence as a noun. The team took a beating in the final match. Example sentence as a verb. Her heart was beating fast as she prepared for her speech. Beneficiaries. It is a noun which means people or groups who received advantages, benefits, or profits from something, especially a will, trust, or program. Example sentence. The scholarship program's beneficiaries were grateful for the opportunity to continue their studies. Beset. It is a verb which means to trouble or harass persistently, to surround or attack on all sides. Example sentence. The town was beset by floods after the heavy rainfall. Bitter. It is an adjective which means having a sharp, pungent taste or smell. Figuratively, it can refer to feelings of anger, hurt, or resentment caused by bad experiences or a sense of injustice. Example sentence. After losing the competition by a small margin, she felt a bitter disappointment. Boldness. It is a noun which means courage, confidence, or a willingness to take risk. Example sentence. Her boldness in standing up to injustice inspired others to do the same. Compassionate. It is an adjective which means showing or feeling sympathy and concern for others. Example sentence. She is a compassionate nurse who always cares deeply for her patients. Compliments. It is a noun which means polite expressions of praise or admiration. It is also a verb which means to politely praise or congratulate. Example sentence as a noun. She received many compliments on her beautiful dress. Example sentence as a verb. He complimented her on her exceptional presentation skills. Conflict. It is a noun which means a serious disagreement or argument. It is also a verb which means to be in opposition or disagreement. Example sentence as a noun. The conflict between the two nations lasted for years. Example sentence as a verb. His work schedule conflicts with his family time. Consequence. It is a noun which means the result or effect of an action or decision, often negative or significant. Example sentence. Missing deadlines can lead to serious consequences for the project. Consolidation. It is a noun which means the action or process of combining into a single, more effective whole. Example sentence. The company's consolidation of its operations helped improve efficiency. Corridors. It is a noun which means long passageways or hallways in a building or structure. Example sentence. The students hurried down the corridors to reach their next class. Crucibles. It is a noun which means containers used for melting substances at high temperatures. Figuratively, it means severe trials or tests. Example sentence. The gold was melted in crucibles to purify it. Example sentence as a figurative. The war was a crucible that tested their courage and resolve. Defeat. It is a noun which means the act of losing in a competition or battle. It is also a verb which means to overcome or beat in a contest or conflict. Example sentence as a noun. The team suffered a crushing defeat in the final match. Example sentence as a verb. The soldiers managed to defeat the enemy forces. Defiant. It is an adjective which means showing resistance or bold disobedience. Example sentence. The student gave a defiant look when the teacher asked her to follow the rules. Depict. It is a verb which means to show or represent something through art, words, or other mediums. Example sentence. The painting depicts a serene countryside scene. Destructive. It is an adjective which means causing great damage or harm. Example sentence. The hurricane had a destructive impact on the coastal towns. Dig. It is a verb which means to break up or move earth, soil, or other material with a tool, hands, or machinery. Example sentence. The archaeologists began to dig at the site to uncover ancient artifacts. Discrimination. It is a noun which means the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people, especially based on race, age, or gender. Example sentence. Discrimination in the workplace is illegal and must be addressed. Distinctive. It is an adjective which means having a characteristics that stands out and makes something easily recognizable. Example sentence. Her distinctive voice made her a popular radio host. Domestic. It is an adjective which means relating to the home or household, or relating to one's own country. Example sentence. She enjoys domestic chores like cooking and cleaning. Another example. Domestic policies focus on internal affairs rather than international relations. Doubtful. It is an adjective which means feeling uncertain or skeptical, not likely to happen. Example sentence. It was doubtful that they would finish the project on time given the tight deadline. Downcast. It is an adjective which means feeling despondent or disheartened, with eyes looking downward, often out of sadness or embarrassment. Example sentence. He walked out of the room with a downcast expression after hearing the disappointing news. Ease. It is a noun which means the state of being comfortable or free from worry, pain, or difficulty. It is also a verb which means to make something less difficult or stressful. Example sentence as a noun. She felt a sense of ease after completing her exam. Example sentence as a verb. The teacher tried to ease the students' nervousness before the presentation. Eliminate. It is a verb which means to remove or get rid of something completely. Example sentence. The program aims to eliminate poverty in rural areas. Empathetic. It is an adjective which means showing the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Example sentence. The counselor was empathetic and listened carefully to the student's concern. Empowered. It is an adjective which means feeling confident and in control, often due to gaining authority, skills, or knowledge. Example sentence. The workshop left the participants feeling empowered to start their own businesses. Enable. It is a verb which means to give someone the means or ability to do something. Example sentence. The new software will enable users to complete tasks more efficiently. Encouraging. It is an adjective which means giving support, confidence, or hope to someone. Example sentence. Her words were encouraging and motivated me to keep going despite the challenges. Enough. It is an adjective or an adverb. It means as much or as many as required. It also means a noun, an adequate amount. Example sentence as an adjective. She had enough money to buy the dress she wanted. Example sentence as an adverb. He didn't work hard enough to pass the exam. Example sentence as a noun. I've had enough of the noise. Please turn down the volume. Essential. It is an adjective which means absolutely necessary or extremely important. Example sentence. Water is essential for all forms of life. Exaggerated. It is an adjective which means represented as greater or more important than it really is. Overstated. Example sentence. The story he told was exaggerated to make it seem more exciting than it actually was. Exceptionally. It is an adverb which means to an unusually high degree or outstandingly. Example sentence. She performed exceptionally well in the competition and won first place. Expert. It is a noun which means a person who has a comprehensive and authoritative knowledge of or skill in a particular area. It also means an adjective having or showing a great deal of knowledge or skill. Example sentence as a noun. The company hired an expert in cybersecurity to handle their data protection. Example sentence as an adjective. Her expert advice helped us resolve the issue quickly. Extensive. It is an adjective which means covering a large area or far-reaching or comprehensive. Example sentence. The library has an extensive collection of books on world history. Factor. It is a noun which means an element that contributes to a particular result or situation. Example sentence. Hard work and dedication are key factors in achieving success. Family ties. It is a noun which means the connections or relationships between family members. Example sentence. Despite living far apart, the family ties kept them closely connected. Frequently. It is an adverb which means happening often or at short intervals. Example sentence. She frequently visits her grandparents on weekends. Gloom. It is a noun which means partial or total darkness. Figuratively, it refers to a state of depression or despondency. Example sentence. The overcast sky added to the gloom of the rainy afternoon. Grateful means adjective, feeling or showing things for something received. Example sentence. I am so grateful for all the support you've given me during this challenging time. Haughtiness. It is a noun which means the appearance or quality of being arrogantly superior and disdainful. Example sentence. His haughtiness made him difficult to work within a team. Horrible. It is an adjective which means very unpleasant, bad, or dreadful. Example sentence. The food tasted horrible and no one wanted to eat it. Humanoid. It is an adjective which means having characteristics resembling a human. It is also a noun which means a being or robot with human-like features. Example sentence as an adjective. The alien in the movie had a humanoid appearance. Example sentence as a noun. Scientists have developed a humanoid robot capable of performing complex tasks. Humble. It is an adjective which means having or showing a modest opinion of one's own importance, not proud or arrogant. Example sentence. She remained humble despite her great success in the competition. Illness. It is a noun which means the state of being unwell or suffering from a disease. Example sentence. She missed several days of school due to illness. Immortal. It is an adjective which means living forever, never dying, or decaying. It is also a noun which means a being that cannot die. Example sentence is an adjective. Legends describe the gods as immortal beings who control human destiny. Example sentence is a noun. Hercules was considered an immortal in Greek mythology. Impact. It is a noun which means a strong effect or influence on something. It is also a verb that means to have a strong effect on someone or something. Example sentence is a noun. The new policy had a positive impact on student attendance. Example sentence is a verb. The changes in the economy impacted many small businesses. Industrialized. It is an adjective which means having developed industries on a wide scale. Example sentence. Japan is one of the most industrialized nations in the world. Influence. It is a noun that means the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something. It is also a verb that means to affect or change something or someone. Example sentence as a noun. His influence over the team helped them succeed in the competition. Example sentence as a verb. Her kindness influenced everyone around her to be more considerate. Inhabit. It is a verb that means to live or occupy a place or environment. Example sentence. Polar bears inhabit the Arctic region. Innovate. It is a verb that means to introduce new ideas, methods, or products. Example sentence. The company continues to innovate, bringing groundbreaking products to the market. Intend. It is a verb that means to have a purpose or plan in mind, to aim or resolve to do something. Example sentence. I intend to finish my homework before dinner. Launch. It is a verb that means to begin or initiate something, especially a project or product. It is also a noun that means the act of starting something. Example sentence as a verb. The company will launch its new product line next month. Example sentence is a noun. The rocket's launch was delayed due to weather conditions. Logically. It is an adverb that means in a way that is reasonable and based on clear reasoning. Example sentence. He logically explained why the decision would benefit the company in the long term. Logistics. It is a noun that means the detailed coordination and organization of a complex operation, often involving the movement of goods, services, or people. Example sentence. The company handled the logistics of shipping the products internationally. Maidens. It is a noun that means young, unmarried women, often used in historical or literary contexts. Example sentence. In the old tale, the maidens gathered flowers in the meadow while singing songs of joy. Meditate. It is a verb that means to focus one's mind for a period of time for relaxation, reflection, or spiritual purposes. Example sentence. She meditates every morning to reduce stress and improve her focus. Mindful. It is an adjective that means being conscious or aware of something, paying careful attention to the present moment. Example sentence. He was mindful of the need to be patient with his students. What? Miserable. It is an adjective that means extremely unhappy or uncomfortable. Example sentence. She felt miserable after failing the exam she worked so hard for. Mobilization. It is a noun that means the act of organizing or preparing people, resources, or forces for action, often for military or political purposes. Example sentence. The mobilization of volunteers helped ensure the success of the disaster relief efforts. Mortal. It is an adjective that means subject to death, not living forever. It can also be a noun that means a human being who is capable of dying. Example sentence as an adjective. Unlike gods, humans are mortal and have limited time on earth. Example sentence as a noun. The ancient hero proved that even mortals could achieve greatness. Neglect. It is a verb that means to fail to care for or pay attention to something. It is also a noun which means the state of being ignored or not maintained. Example sentence as a verb. The abandoned house fell apart due to neglect. Example sentence as a noun. The child showed signs of neglect after years of being ignored by caregivers. Notable. It is an adjective that means worthy of attention or notice. Remarkable. Example sentence. The scientist received a notable award for her groundbreaking research. Offend. It is a verb that means to hurt someone's feelings, insult, or cause annoyance. Example sentence. He didn't mean to offend her with his blunt remarks. Optimistic. It is an adjective that means hopeful and confident about the future. Example sentence. She has an optimistic outlook on life and believes that everything will work out. Organize. It is a verb that means to arrange or systematize things in a structured way. Example sentence. She organizes her study schedule to ensure she stays on track for exams. Outrageous. It is an adjective that means shockingly bad, excessive, or beyond acceptable limits. Example sentence. The restaurant's prices were outrageous, far too high for the quality of food they served. Pertain. It is a verb that means to relate or be relevant to something. Example sentence. The documents pertain to the upcoming meeting and should be reviewed beforehand. Phenomenon. It is a noun that means an observable fact or event, especially one that is extraordinary or remarkable. Example sentence. The Northern Lights are a natural phenomenon that attracts tourists from around the world. Pillars. It is a noun that means tall vertical structures of stone, metal, or wood used as supports for a building or as a decorative monument. Figuratively, they refer to key components or important parts of something. Example sentence: the five pillars of Islam guide the lives of millions of Muslims around the world. Possess. It is a verb that means to own, control, or have something as a quality or characteristic. Example sentence: she possesses a rare talent for playing the piano effortlessly. Prevention. It is a noun that means the action of stopping something from happening or arising. Example sentence: the prevention of disease is often more effective than trying to cure it later. Pride. It is a noun that means a feeling of deep satisfaction and self-worth, often derived from achievements or qualities. It can also be a verb that means to take pride in something. Example sentence as a noun: she takes great pride in her work, always striving for excellence. Example sentence as a verb: he prides himself on being a good listener. Pump. It is a verb which means to move or force something, typically liquid or air, in or out of something. It can also be a noun, a device used for moving liquids or gases. Example sentence as a verb: he pumped the gas into the car's tank. Example sentence as a noun: the pump is broken, so the water can't be moved to the tank. Racism. It is a noun which means prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Example sentence: racism has a significant issue in many societies, often leading to division and inequality. Randomly. It is an adverb which means in a way that is chosen without method or conscious decision. Example sentence: the names were drawn randomly from the hat during the competition. Resemble. It is a verb that means to look like or be similar to something or someone. Example sentence: she closely resembles her mother with the same smile and eyes. Resilient. It is an adjective that means able to recover quickly from difficulties, strong and flexible. Example sentence: despite the setbacks, she remained resilient and continued her studies. Responsive. It is an adjective that means reacting quickly and positively to a situation or stimulus. Example sentence: the teacher was highly responsive to the students' questions and concerns during the lesson. Risk. It is a noun that means the possibility of harm, danger, or loss. It can also be a verb which means to expose to danger or hazard. Example sentence as a noun: there is a risk of injury if the safety guidelines are not followed. Example sentence as a verb: he risked his life to save the drowning child. Rudeness. It is a noun that means the quality of being impolite or lacking manners. Example sentence: the customer's rudeness upset the staff. Sassiness. It is a noun that means the quality of being bold, lively, and cheeky in attitude or speech. Example sentence: does my sassiness upset you? Secure. It is an adjective that means free from danger, threat, or risk. It is also a verb that means to make something safe or stable. Example sentence as an adjective: the house is secure with a strong lock on the door. Example sentence as a verb: he secured the ropes to ensure the tent wouldn't blow away. Significant. It is an adjective that means important, meaningful, or large enough to matter or be noticed. Example sentence: the discovery of a new planet was a significant achievement for the scientific community. Simultaneously. It is an adverb that means occurring at the same time. Example sentence. The two events were held simultaneously, so we had to choose which one to attend. Slave. It is a noun that means a person who is the property of another and is forced to work for them. It can also be a verb that means to treat someone as a slave. Example sentence is a noun. The slave worked tirelessly in the fields under harsh conditions. Example sentence as a verb. She felt like she was slaving away at a job that offered no fulfillment. Social isolation. It is a noun that means the state of being separated from social interaction or relationships with others. Example sentence. Prolonged social isolation can negatively affect mental health. Springing. It is a verb that means the act of jumping or leaping forward with energy, coming from or originating. Example sentence. The dog was springing with joy as it ran to greet its owner. Strategic. It is an adjective that means relating to a carefully designed plan or method for achieving a specific goal. Example sentence. The strategic location of the city made it an important trade hub. Stratified. It is an adjective that means divided or categorized into different levels or groups, especially by social class. Example sentence. The society was stratified into distinct classes, with little movement between them. Structurally. It is an adverb which means in a way that relates to the structure or organization of something. Example sentence. The building is structurally sound and can withstand severe storms. Summarize. It is a verb that means to give a brief statement of the main points of something. Example sentence. She summarized the book's key points during the class discussion. Superior. It is an adjective that means higher in rank, quality, or status. Better than others. Example sentence. His performance in the competition was superior to all others. Tapestry. It is a noun that means a piece of thick textile fabric with pictures or designs traditionally used as a wall hanging. Figuratively, it refers to something complex or intricate. Example sentence as literal. The ancient castle was adorned with colorful tapestries. Example sentence as figurative. Her life is a rich tapestry of experiences and cultures. Thriving. It is an adjective that means growing, developing, or being successful. Example sentence. The business is thriving due to the excellent marketing strategies they employ. Treat. It is a verb that means to behave toward or deal with someone in a certain way. It is also a noun that means a special event or gift. Example sentence is a verb. She treated everyone with kindness and respect. Example sentence as a noun. We're going out for a treat to celebrate the good news. Tremendous. It is an adjective that means very great in amount, scale, or intensity. Example sentence. The team made tremendous progress in their research. Trod. It is a verb, a past tense of tread, meaning to step or walk, typically heavily or carefully. Example sentence. You may trod me in the very dirt. Twisted lies. It is a noun that means false statements that are deliberately distorted or manipulated to deceive others. Example sentence. With your bitter twisted lies. Understand. It is a verb that means to grasp the meaning, significance, or nature of something. Example sentence. I understand your concerns and will work on addressing them. Unemployment. It is a noun that means the state of being without a job while actively seeking work. Example sentence. The government introduced programs to reduce unemployment in the region. Ungrateful. It is an adjective which means not showing or feeling gratitude, lacking appreciation for kindness or benefits received. Example sentence. Despite all the help they provided, he remained ungrateful and never said thank you. Untreated. It is an adjective that means not given medical care, attention, or action. Example sentence: the untreated wound became infected and required medical attention. Updated. It is an adjective that means made more modern or current, brought up to date. Example sentence: the software was updated to include new features and bug fixes. Uppity. It is an adjective that means acting as if one is superior to others, or arrogant or self-important. Example sentence: his uppity attitude at the meeting made everyone uncomfortable. Upset. It is an adjective that means distressed, unhappy, or disturbed emotionally. It is also a verb that means to cause distress or disturbance. Example sentence as an adjective: she was upset after hearing the bad news. Example sentence as a verb: the unexpected results upset her carefully laid plans. Various. It is an adjective that means different from one another or several. Example sentence: the store offers various products to suit every customer's needs. Vengeance. It is a noun that means the act of seeking revenge or retribution for a wrong done. Example sentence: he vowed to take vengeance on those who wronged him. Victory. It is a noun that means the act of winning or triumphing over an opponent or challenge. Example sentence: the team celebrated their victory after the final whistle blew. Vindictive. It is an adjective that means having or showing a strong desire for revenge. Example sentence: her vindictive behavior after the argument caused a rift in their friendship. Violence. It is a noun that means physical force intended to hurt, damage, or destroy, or abusive or aggressive behavior. Example sentence: the violence in the city led to increased security measures. Weakness. It is a noun that means a lack of strength or power, a disadvantage or flaw. Example sentence: his weakness for sweets often caused him to overindulge. Weave. It is a verb that means to make fabric by interlacing threads, figuratively to combine or integrate different elements into a whole. Example sentence and literal: she learned how to weave baskets from natural materials. Example sentence and figurative: the author weaves historical facts into the narrative to create a rich story. Yielded. It is a verb that means produced or provided as a result of effort or work. Example sentence: the farm yielded a bountiful harvest this season. And that's it for our vocabulary list for today. I hope you remember those words. If not, memorize it and broaden your vocabulary. See you in our next one. Bye!